She offered me some lace and she told me it would take me places. Now I can feel my face and I'm pretty sure she left some traces. Some good, some bad, doesn't matter if it feels amazing. Grab me by the waist, now she wanna tell me something crazy. 4 days, 4 nights, I'm losing track of time and I wonder who am I. 4 eyes, yours, mine, and I wonder who you might be till you open up your mouth and say, no curves, no nothing. What you see when you look at the horizon? No earth, just flat. No black holes, planets, none of that. No curves, no nothing. What you see when you look at the horizon? No earth, just flat. No black holes, planets, none of that. She opened up her mind, but I realized she would never change it. Been with her for hours and it's starting to be really draining. My God, oh man, I remember when it felt amazing. At least she didn't lie when she told me she had something crazy. 4 days, 4 nights, I'm losing track of time and I wonder who am I. 4 eyes, yours, mine, and I wonder who you might be till you open up your mouth. 4 days, 4 nights, I'm losing track of time and I wonder who am I. Yeah, 4 eyes, yours, mine, and I wonder who you might be till you open up your mouth and say, no curves, no nothing. What you see when you look at the horizon? No earth, just flat. No black holes, planets, none of that. No curves, no nothing. What you see when you look at the horizon? No earth, just flat. No black holes, planets, none of that.
Bubble bath, call my name. Every morning up with the sun. Bubble bath, you know I love to blow some big ones. And mama thinks it's fun. Hands up, here comes Rubber Dog. Oh, did you know I named him twice? 1, 2, Milton, then Dylan or Hilton. Now up he goes, riding on my boat. Scrub my feet. Scrub my arms. My ears and my nose and my face and my hands and my knees. Bubble bath, call my name. Every morning up with the sun. Oh, bubble bath, bubble bath. Come on, everyone, jump in one by one. It's so much fun. Are you ready for Rubber Duck? Oh, hands up, here comes Rubber Duck. Say, did you know I named him twice? 1, 2, Milton, or Dylan or Hilton. Now up he goes, riding on my boat. Scrub my feet. Scrub my arms.
Hey, girl, I saw you sitting round, but don't be wasting time. I wanna see your smile. Hey, you wanna go with me? I'll be your fantasy. Let's do this secretly. And if you stay the night, yeah, if I do alright, you might be coming back for more. And if you're coming back, we must be on the right track, and I'll be stepping up for sure. If it's alright with you, I'll book a table for two at this fancy restaurant. And if you still want me, I'll make sure to be the best you ever had. If I was your man, I'd be the best you ever had. If I was your man, I'd be the best you ever saw. The best you ever had. And we would be as happy as can be.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a show here. Did I even do the pre-show thing? Did I fix the thing? I probably didn't. Let's see. Nope, wrong thumbnail. Let's fix that. Hi guys, welcome to the show. Happy Friday. A weekend is upon us. I'll have to fix this shit. Here you go. There you go. There's the right thumbnail. How about that? Oh no, it didn't work. What the hell? Catch me outside. How about that? How about this one? Is that the right one? Yeah, there we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. And welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, or welcome the first time if you're here just to be bitch and moan about the title of my show, because Kameleon Harris is an embarrassment, and I'm surprised that this is the first time that I've seen that name used for her. I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, gosh, there's got to be a better nickname for her. It's Kameleon Harris. Isn't that appropriate? I think it is. I think it's funny, and it's certainly kind of helps me think about some of her answers in some of these town halls and question places where they're asking, well, what made you change to what you said 2 years ago or 4 years ago or whenever you'd said it, and now all of a sudden you're someone else. And I'm like, well, she's just like a chameleon. Oh, wait, that's a great nickname for her. You know what I'm saying? I'm the real Marty, damn it. I'm real Marty. Oh, you mean that one? That's not me over there. It's me, but it's not me. Anyway, I know you come swallow. I said you did that yesterday. Put up that Q&A already. Okay, yeah, it is Friday. It's Q&A day, which we'll do towards the end of the show. Let's go ahead and start. Friday Q&A. Let's see. Well, instead of, ask me anything, because you really ask me anything. Kameleon edition. It doesn't have to be about her, but you know what I'm saying. You know how this works. You know how it works. There you go. The Q&A is up. You can start dropping questions into the Q&A. Let me make it so I can have both tabs up here. Just a moment. Un momento, por favor. By the way, did I mention that Lady Boomer and I are beginning to learn Spanish? We got, what's that called? Duolingo or something like that? Yeah, Duolingo. We got us a little What the hell is that? Why is that sticking out like that? That's weird. Oh, because I didn't push this over far enough. We got Duolingo on our phones, and we didn't pay for like the maxed out version, and you can do a free version, but you don't get as many lessons. So we're paying for a few extra lessons because we want to go to a Spanish speaking country in a Cunnilingo, my God. And we're going to go to a Spanish speaking country sometime in the near future, hopefully. And we want to be able to talk to people a little better. I mean, at least, now, granted, most AD, I just looked at the Q&A section over here, and holy moly, there's a whole bunch of effing going on, as in, the word I can't say early in the show. But anyway, so we're going to go to a Spanish-speaking country because at some time in the near future, hopefully, but it's one that maybe. I know most people, like, if you go to Mexico, you can find a lot of people who speak at least some rudimentary English. But we want to go into, like, how we do these daycations here in Minnesota? We just go to random towns and go and see stuff. We kind of want to do that in the place we're going to go. It's not going to be Mexico, though. But we want to do that in another country, and it would help if we knew the language, because we're not, in the big cities, a lot of people know English. And that's kind of worldwide, just because English is kind of a standard language of business worldwide. But we want to be able to, other than Mandarin, but we want to be able to go into the places where maybe people don't know as much English. So we're learning Spanish, we're learning Espanol. Yo habla. No, it's yo hablo español. Yeah, a little bit. We're learning. So we're still early in the lessons, but by the time we go, which is sometime next year, like middle of next year, we should know some more Spanish. I can tell you, what is it? Yo tieno. I can't say switcher. Well, I could say una camiseta rojo, but it's not a camiseta. This is a sweatshirt, not a t-shirt. But anyway, so there you go. I'm learning Spanish. I see people waving their hands in the chat. What's that about? Oh, just saying hi. Okay, so anyway, let's get into the show because there's a lot of training stuff, but I really want to go back to that town hall, but I may not get to it. We'll see what happens. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. I fixed the notification thing, so if you or the the alerts for the awards. Oh, I never reset the damn stream labels. I thought I did this yesterday. What the hell's going on? There is no Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today, so you still have a chance. If you want to sponsor the show, that would be greatly appreciated. There you go. No Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today. So let's say hi and get this damn thing going because I'm already running out of time. I feel like I'm running out of time. I feel like I'm rushed today. I don't know why. Today's coffee, by the way, is just brought to you by Casey's General Store. I stopped at a Casey's on the way home because Friday is breakfast pizza day. I usually have a slice of the Casey's General Store breakfast pizza with bacon on it. And if you've never been to a Casey's General Store and had their breakfast pizza, it is pretty damn good. And I don't want to eat it all the time, but it is it has eggs and bacon and kind of a cream sauce on it. And it's delicious. And in fact, there's some list on these lists they make, the best of this and the best of that, and it said it's on a list of the best convenience store food across America. In Iowa's, because Casey's General Store is based in Iowa, is Casey General Store's breakfast pizza. Now, and it's good because Casey General Stores actually all have a little pizza kitchen in their store. So they make the pizzas fresh, flipping the dough and all that stuff. So it's not like you're going and getting some convenience store sushi or something, or gas station sushi. It's not like that. Okay. It's because could be always kind of be frightening. So we'll be done. Anyway, like I said, I gotta get the show going because we have Q&A today. So let's get it going. First in the chat today is, of course, Mr. Africanus Diabli. Gets the bell. Thank you for being such a loyal viewer of the show. Also, good morning, Somnambul Nation, who's also tweeted out the show. Gunfox61, Medic Fox. Are you Medic Fox now? Well, okay, but that's cool. Anyway, the grand and awesome administrator of our Dawg Knight Discord server. And also, I got 2 articles from you from yesterday. Thank you again. I got those already ready to go. Also, good morning, Mike Savage, Blarg, Kara Soldiers in the house. My other favorite Canadian, Unacceptable Views. Also, let's see. JB's in the house. How you doing? Jesse Leon making his Friday appearance. Nice to see you. My Mrs. Hayes is in my brain. Okay, you get a song now. That just popped into my head. Mrs. Hayes is in my brain. Lord Stanhope is here. Also, I'm here. I see I put some in the chat. Who else is here? Midnight in Exile. What's up? Nice to see you. Lord Stanhope, I already said, didn't I? Attack Alpaca. Good morning. And that looks like, oh no, I've got lots of scrolling to do. Special Can Acid, John Arnott, what's up? Nice to have you here. And Mr. Tyre Alexander the Scourge is here. Welcome, sir. Nice to have you. Oh, and Jimmy Das Hotep makes an appearance. Although I know you kind of lurk here every once in a while. What the hell is that on my screen? Where did this come from? What the bloody hell is that? Gunfox, what did you send me here? Why did it do that? That was weird. This big old goofy looking thing popped up on my screen in the article you sent me. And I don't know why. Okay, it's all good. All right, let's get into the show. By the way, thank you all the people who are complying and putting the "let's go" in the chat on the what do you call it? The tweet. I don't know, what do you call them on X now? You can't say, well, I'm just gonna call them tweets. I don't care. It's Twitter, it's X, the app formerly known as Twitter, but I'm gonna call it Twitter and their tweets. So thank you for retweeting the show or tweeting out the show or just whatever. Who is Lindsay Tracy? 137. Oh, this is one of those bot. I hate the bot followers. I really do. I almost said that wrong, didn't I? That sounded kind of weird. Tracy, you are gone. You're following 4,000 people. 30 are following you, and you don't have a background picture. You have 0 posts. I want nothing to do with you, ho. You gone. Get the fuck out of here. Let's see. Remove this follower. There, you're gone. Get the hell out of here. You know those fake followers? I used to do that regularly, but it gets tedious. It really does. Excrements. That's a good name for it. That's funny. Instead of tweets, call them excrements. That is apropos. My goodness. You are brilliant. Oh, it's Avocados Diablo. Well, we already knew that. We knew you're brilliant, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we knew. All right, let me by the way, we are changing it up. Let's see. It's Funky Friday, by the way. Yeah. I'm not gonna start dancing. I look silly when I dance. Turn that shit off. But thank you to the people who have produced evidence of the show on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. That would be Jimmy Das Hotep, Reaction Puerto Rico, Scribe Light, Dog Thrapple, and Somnambule Nation. And I said Jimmy Das Hotep. There you go. It's free up for on Friday. But here's what I need y'all to do. I'm saying, oh, good morning. Speaking of Reaction on Puerto Rico, you are in the chat. Good to see you, sir. But here's the problem, okay? There's only 2 of you who done it. I'm not understanding this. 3 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care. Retweeting the show is great. But I need a let's go. Like Mike Savage, Jimmy Das Hotep, you have all done the deed. I appreciate it. I need more people doing that. So here we go. I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to put this in the chat. Reply here. Can I get a let's go. Let's go. That's all you got to write. Reply. You don't have to retweet. You don't have to quote tweet. Just reply. Let's go. There's the link. Some of you have already done it. I don't care if you have many friends. You don't have to have lots of friends. That's okay. You don't have to have any friends. If you follow somebody, it doesn't matter if you have followers. I don't care. Just type in. Just give me can I get a let's go? Okay, that's all you got to do. That's what we're going to work on. Oh, what is this? Kamala Harris support surge. What? Wait a minute. This is an article I haven't seen yet, or a section I haven't seen yet. Oh, by the way, Trump is going on Joe Rogan today. That'll be fun. For some reason, Kamala Harris canceled. She was going to go on Joe Rogan, but she canceled. I can't imagine why. Because she's a disaster when it's live, and he's not gonna edit it. He's not gonna ask nice questions. He's not even gonna ask mean questions. He's just ask questions, and she won't be able to answer it. I have 0 friends on Twitter. You don't have to have. I don't have friends on Twitter. Well, I guess I do have some friends on Twitter, but mostly people I've met through various interactions who become friends, like Jimmy Das Hotep. You know. I mean, that's my dude. So is Carlos, a.k.a. Reaction Puerto Rico. That's my dude. But anyway, all right. Kamala Harris support surge. I always laugh when I look at Grok when they doing the trend. Oh, what the hell happened there? What the bloody hell happened there? I forgot to do that. There we go. All right. So on this topic, usually there's something up here with what he says here, but here it is, just updated 5 hours ago. Grok can make mistakes. Verify its outputs. Okay. And apparently someone here, Southern Sister, resist, whatever. Ignore the fucking polls. Harris will win. Allred will win. Allred? Oh my God, is one of the Allreds running? and Dems will hold the Senate and flip the House. Swing states will break for her. Trump is going to lose and go to jail. Stop freaking out. Vote if you haven't. Help others vote. All gas, no brakes for the next 11 days. Oh, you are. I hope you're deluded. I'd be really sad if that actually happened. Look, being of advanced age like I am, I certainly will survive whatever happens. We will all survive whatever happens. But it's like there's so many things that just need to be turned around. Turn around. We need to fix the shit that Biden and Harris fucked all up. Turn around. And I just, what the hell is that? And I don't want them to win. But the only problem is not that the Republicans are that much better. They're still government. The reason I like the idea of Trump and some of the people that are surrounding him now is maybe, just maybe, they will dial some of this stuff back even a little bit that is like making government all the solutions. Government is the biggest part of the problem right now. And they don't get it. They like I said, I used to say this often. I wish that every Congress, not like House, let's say the House Representative cycles, they should split half of their term 1 year repealing laws and repealing stuff, getting rid of things that are just redundant and stupid. Okay. And then the next year they can make laws or add stuff that they want to add. They need to spend 1 year every 2 years just getting rid of shit. Shit that don't work, shit that's redundant, shit that's inefficient, shit, and that's why I like the idea of Trump saying, let's get rid of the Department of Education. It hasn't improved anything. It's just made more bureaucratic mess of things. And it certainly doesn't help local districts that much. All it does is put unfunded mandates on them. Let your local governments deal with local things they need in schools and things like that. And it's just, the Department of Education is a disaster. We were the #1 country in education when Jimmy Carter came up with that shit. And now we're way down the list. Get rid of it. It didn't help. I think and look, and if places like California want to do stupid shit and their kids can't read when they leave high school, let them. And then everyone will leave California because California sucks. Or Oregon, who now no longer does any kind of graduation standard or test scores. Fuck them. Oregon's going to be fucked up. Now, look, one thing that Minnesota does, despite the fact that we do all this stupid extra shit, is our education system's still pretty good, except then you go into St. Paul, you go into Minneapolis school districts, and they're fucked up. Okay, well then let's let the local school districts deal with that. And my school district out here in the suburbs is doing smart shit can keep doing smart shit. But the Department of Education hasn't. Good point, Rick Ashbringer, and good morning, by the way. The Department of Education has not educated one child. Exactly. So anyway, on this this topic of what is this Kamala support surge? Now, Cat Truth says Kamala can't do it; she's too dumb. Let's see what was he posting here. Amuse. Trump is doing the Joe Rogan podcast today. Kamala Harris refused Joe's offers to sit down for a friendly chat. Let's watch this. We're going to watch videos today. I was going to talk a lot, but let's just watch stuff. This is Friday free for all. There is no plan. But I do got to get to Gunfox's articles before I do that. Here we go.
Can I ask you about Rogan? Was there a Rogan invite to the vice president?
Yes, there was.
Down? Is it something you would consider doing, given the size of that audience, and given that a lot of the folks that Trump seems to be targeting might be listening to that?
You mean dudes, Rachel? Dudes? Oh, wait, that's not Rachel. Sorry, I thought it was Rachel Maddow. They're interchangeable, whatever. Let's hear oh my God. Is this one of the white guys for Harris? Does he not look like the ultimate white guy for Harris? Like, because, you know. Oh my God. Look at this dude. You know, I'm sure there's Trump supporters who look like this guy too. But he just looks prototypical white guys for Harris. Wait, P-Dawg wheels in the TV and VCR car. Somnambule Nation. I was you know, I was gonna remove that comment. But it's funny as shit. Okay, let's see. Let's listen to this white guy for Harris.
Well, yeah, I think that the vice president's happy to go anywhere and any place to talk to a broad segment
bullshit. You went on Fox News thinking Brett Baer was going to take it easy on her. That's the only reason you went there. You're not going to see Sean Hannity. You're not going to see Mark Levin with, oh my God, could you imagine a Mark Levin interview with Kamala Harris? That would be precious. Anyway.
country. We talked with...
Hey, now listen, knock it off with the P-Dawg's old shit. I know I'm old. You know, it's funny. Okay, by the way, I'm going off track here. 8 tracks. Shit. I remember 8 tracks. I thought they were stupid.
Rogan and his team about the podcast. Unfortunately, it isn't going to work out right now.
Oh, it's not going to work out. See, because her schedule is so unflexible.
Scheduling of this period of the campaign.
Can I ask you about Rogan?
She could not survive Rogan. She would look dumb there too. Because, you know, but well, wait a minute. Actually, she would. You know why? Because Joe Rogan, I don't think Joe Rogan would challenge her hard. She would be able to just answer questions in her little talking points, and he would let her talk, because that's what Joe does. He just kind of lets people talk. But I'm looking forward to seeing the clips from Trump on Rogan. The choice is clear. Vote Trump. The choice is clear to put the nation on the right path back to the future. Anyway, okay, enough. That's just something that just popped up. That whatever. All right, let's get into some of the trending topics today. Some of the things that are trending. People are yapping about. Okay. Tire. P-Dawg was one of the original beta testers of the wheel. Tire, look, if you're going to make disparaging statements about the host, I'd suggest you get it right. I was a beta tester for the early prototypes for the wheel, bitch. Oh yes, that dude. Oh, the toilet seat in his house was never lifted. Oh no, that dude is typical. I mean, look at this dude. Look at this dude again. Here he is. Hang on. Did I even put that on the screen? I did. Here he is again. This guy. Good Lord. He's like the ultimate white guy for Harris. And so is Rachel here. I mean, yeah, what's his name? Tim. Chris. What's his name? Chris Hayes. Sorry. Purple Haze. Where was I? Hello, Willie. Willie, well, go home. That's the only reason I know that song, because I'm an old guy. Hello, Green Badger Outdoors. Okay, let's get it. What was I saying? Oh, Axios is trending. Trending topics. Axios is trending. I can't. Because Axios. Here's Axios. Because, you know, they have to say that, you know, you guys are people are saying you're having a tough time. Well, you're lying. Data shows disconnect between America's perceived financial strain and reality. See, nobody's credit cards bills are going up. People aren't maxing out cards. The groceries aren't twice as much as they were in buying Star. We are all lying. This is just, Axios says the data shows a disconnect between a strain. Now, here's the interesting thing though. 63% of Americans indicate that free speech is very important. But look, inflation and increasing costs, 68% believe that. It's their number one concern. And yet Axios is putting out some propaganda. Data shows disconnect between Americans' perceived financial strain and reality. Should we read this? I want to see what the hell they're saying here. This is why they're trending, because of this stupid article. A majority of Americans often tell survey takers that they live paycheck to paycheck. But a new look at an aggregated data from one of America's largest banks implies that this may not be true. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. Good morning, Shrapnel. Why it matters. A widespread self-reported sense of financial strain suggests Americans think their financial lives are more precarious than economic data appears to indicate. Well, look, Axios, here's the problem. If you have this much inflation and people say they're living paycheck to paycheck and you say they're not, why do you think they would lie about that? And look, you always talking about how, these people don't have enough savings and the savings rate's going down and all that. The latest example of a disconnect between how people feel and what the data shows. Well, the data can kiss my fat ass. But while though no doubt plenty of people face difficult financial circumstances, only some of us do. Or are you saying that's a good thing? There's that whole circle of how they do, it's not happening. Well, it's happening, but not so bad. Well, it is happening. It's kind of bad, but it doesn't matter. Oh, fuck it. It's just happening, but you can fuck off. That's the whole cycle. And then they start over. Oh, it's happening. It's not happening. Oh, it's not happening. It's happening a little bit, but it's not that bad. They keep going in that cycle. It's so stupid. Anyway, while some who report living paycheck to paycheck may not be accounting for how much of their spending goes to non-essentials. Well, sure, why not? But when you could afford the non-essentials before, and now you can't afford the non-essentials, or they're making a strain on your budget. Like, for example, Lady Boomer and I. We don't travel a lot because we can't afford to travel like we used to, but now we travel by just driving somewhere on the weekends. So that's not essential, but it is certainly essential to our mental health and happiness. So fuck off. Who are you to tell us what's essential and not essential? I'm just saying. And I feel fortunate we're able to do that still, because it's getting tight because we got to pay for a trip to some places where they speak Spanish next year. By the numbers, about 26% of American households spend 95% or more of their income on essentials, including housing, gasoline, groceries, childcare, general retail, transportation, insurance, taxes, utilities, and internet service, according to the analysis. Well, 95% or more of your income, that's a lot. 26% of Americans do that. In contrast, in a survey by Bank of America, a much higher share, nearly half, reported that they live paycheck to paycheck. Some other surveys have pointed out even higher rates, roughly 2/3. Now, here's the problem. Remember, you have a limited amount of years in which you can work, and so maybe if you're spending, that's, and again, 26% of your households. Hello, my favorite Canadian Jaeger pony. Remember, but you got to be able to save some money too, because eventually you won't be able to work, and you're going to still need to live. In other words, while many people feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck, they can afford their basic needs with money left over for either savings or leisure. Well, lucky them. Holy shit. Yes. Oh, here's to it. Yes, but the share of people living paycheck to paycheck has risen since 2019. So it is happening. What a stupid... I can't read this shit anymore. This is the dumbest shit I've ever read. That's why Axios is trending, because they're putting out some stupid shit. Now, let's see. Oh, by the way, Axios is also trending because of this. Remember the lady who says that Donald Trump groped her 30 years ago or whatever, and when she was whatever, a model and something, and Jeffrey Epstein and some other bullshit. Well, our friend, the older millennial, has a clip on this. I don't know if I've seen. Did we do this yesterday? I don't know. We're going to play it again, even if it did. Here we go. Here's on that stupid article they came out with that whatever she is, she's a lady who claimed Trump did something bad to her 30 years ago. Just suddenly she remembered it. Oh, by the way, that story, did you hear that? She said she was coming from some condo that Epstein owned in New York, but she said what year it was, and Jeffrey Epstein didn't own that condo until 3 or 4 years later. He didn't buy it until 3 or 4 years later. So she probably lied. Hello, Annalyn. What's up? I see you. All right, here we go.
I'm sure by now most of you have seen this stupid fucking story.
Well, yes,
where
I have.
56-year-old Stacey Williams, which this is not her
That's
right
not her.
now.
Oh,
She's
we did
56
watch this
years old.
yesterday.
This is her in 1996. But anyway, she says Donald Trump.
I don't care. We're
broke
watching it
what
again.
Felt like a twisted game with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, a twisted game.
So Stacey here alleges that 30.
Yeah, because he said that only the Guardian took up this article. We don't have to watch it again. I'll just put in the links. You want, or should we watch it? Okay, real quick poll. You got 15 seconds to answer. Should we go ahead and watch this or not? I don't care if we watch it again. Fuck it. We're watching it. I don't care. We'll just watch it again.
1 years ago, Donald Trump groped her. Oh, and you want to know why I call this a bullshit story?
Because it's bullshit.
3 weeks ago, Axios, Bloomberg, CBS, and CNN all rejected the story.
Good.
Any story negative about Donald Trump that...
Shh, and that's a shocker. I'm sorry. If they already reject this article, you know it's worrisome.
Axios and CNN refused to print? Yeah, it's bullshit. It is absolutely 100%
We're not going to watch the whole
bullshit.
thing, though.
These motherfuckers will print anything remotely credible that's negative about Donald Trump. But the only one that...
Or things that are completely not credible, but are close to credible or pretend to be credible because it's hard to verify or you know, what's the other word used when they don't verify something? I don't know. Dismiss, when it's not easy to dismiss. Although they always get caught. But anyway.
That would publish this bullshit was a rat.
Okay, we already got the idea. Anyway, we know what that's going. I'm not going to play it again. So anyway. Oh. Musk Super PAC skips daily $1 million swing state giveaway after DOJ warning. The Department of Justice get a warning. This is funny. Musk Super PAC skips daily $1 million swing state giveaway after DOJ warning. Now, I wonder if they warned Bill Gates for his $50 million contribution. I bet you they didn't. I bet you they didn't. Anyway, all right, let's move on because I don't give a fuck about Axios. Also trending, Madison Square Garden. Donald Trump was going to have a rally in Madison Square Garden. And Hillary Clinton decided to chime in, saying that, called it Trump having a Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden. Apparently the theme of the week is Hitler and the Third Reich. Hitler and the Third Reich. Now, this is someone who doesn't like Donald Trump. In 2016, Mike Flynn created Lock Her Up during a speech at the RNC while colluding with Russia to steal the election. In 2024, he says Hillary Clinton has lost all sense of reality because Trump having a Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden. She was always right. Bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Here's Hillary Clinton comparing Donald Trump to a Nazi, something that nobody, and I mean nobody, has ever done before. No one's ever said anything like this before. I mean, I can't believe no one ever thought of this idea before. Here is Hillary fucking Clinton. Cankles. The original Cankles, not to be confused with Liz Cheney.
You know, one other thing that you'll see next week, Caitlin, is Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1930.
Reenacting? Stupid bitch. Sorry, he's reenacting a rally from 1926.
39. I write about this in my book.
Oh,
President Franklin.
Did you write it yourself? Did you have a ghostwriter? Did you take notes out of your bathroom server? Did you do this? I don't know.
Roosevelt was appalled that neo-Nazis, fascists in America were lying.
He was appalled? Really? Franklin Roosevelt was appalled. You mean Franklin Roosevelt, who basically tried to stay out of it for a while? He was appalled? I'm curious. He knew about this?
Up to essentially pledge their support for the kind of government that they were seeing in Germany.
Now remember too, what year was that? What year was that rally? I'm confused. Isn't that? So did they know? I mean, maybe they didn't know everything that was going on over there. But good thing we eventually jumped in and helped end it, but whatever.
So I don't think we can ignore it. Now, one other thing.
So basically she's comparing a Trump rally in Madison Square Garden to Hitler. No one's ever done that before. It's such a fresh and just new perspective on Donald Trump that I've never heard anyone say before. I'm convinced that I need to vote for somebody else. Weird, considering Bill and Hillary had a giant rally at Madison Square Garden for the Democrats way back in 1992 when Bill accepted the nomination at the Democratic National Convention, and somebody better warn Pope Francis, who had his own event at Madison Square Garden in 2015. Who knew? Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, you are the original Nazis. I am just stunned. I'm stunned. So somebody's posting different Trump rallies. This was in, was that Las Vegas? And this one was this is the Georgia rally. Yes, people in a giant crowd yelling USA, which I know Kamala Harris has some big rallies in arenas. Does hers look like a Nazi rally too? I don't know. So anyway, there you go. That's why Madison Square Garden is trending. Moving on, Keith Olbermann is trending now. Everybody loves Keith Olbermann, but let's talk about what Keith is asking for now, because Keith is the most stable and credible pundit of the year and a genius. Keith Olbermann says, we need to arrest and detain Elon Musk immediately. He is operating on behalf of Russia. Cancel all contracts, seize his facilities, lock him away in a military facility. Now, President. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, now. Because you couldn't do it yesterday anyway. This motherfucker's claiming, or he says the Bulletin, Wall Street Journal reports. Here, let's just let Keith say it himself. This motherfucker is so unhinged. But let's have a little laugh on behalf of Keith Olbermann.
In a bulletin edition of the Friday Countdown podcast, it is absolutely essential for the United States government to immediately sever all connections to Elon Musk and his...
Yes, see, all those satellites that Elon Musk's companies put in the I was going to say the atmosphere, but beyond the atmosphere, for the United States government and many other companies that have satellites in orbit, we should just fuck him over. Let's just put him in jail and seize him, and then that'll run with the efficiency of the federal government, which means we won't. It'll suck. You know what I mean?
Technological operations, if need be, to seize his assets, including SpaceX, Starlink, and Twitter X, and if need be, detain him, deport him, or take other actions against him. After the Wall Street Journal broke an extraordinary story on Thursday night, to quote it, Elon Musk, the world's richest man and a linchpin of U.S. space efforts, has been in regular contact with Russian President Vladimir Putin since late 2022. The discussions, confirmed by several current and former U.S., European, and Russian officials, touch on personal topics, business, and geopolitical tensions. The journal goes on to report that favors have been asked for the Chinese dictator that Starlink not be used over Taiwan, related from the Chinese dictator in some way to Putin and on to Musk, and that Musk's contact has continued with Putin into this year. Also, you will note the timeline here suggests that Musk only bought Twitter X after his conversations with Putin began, and that there were threats made against Musk's businesses and implicitly against Musk by the Russians.
Oh,
Full
my
details
God.
in a startling bulletin edition of the Countdown Friday podcast, now live wherever you podcast.
All right, there you go. So, nobody likes you, Keith. Why do you make these videos? Everyone post Elon memes until Olbermann blocks comments. These are response to Keith Olbermann. This is funny. Keith, it's Halloween season. I'm just checking whether you've turned the lights off and shut your doors and stayed away from the kids. Wow, Elon talking to Putin. You don't say. You know, he talks to all the heads of all the countries, right? Kind of goes with SpaceX and Starlink and internet. You're a simple-minded moron. Anyone ever tell you that? I'm sure he's been told that many times. But poor Keith, he just can't help himself. So anyway, yes, we need to arrest and detain Elon Musk immediately. He is operating on behalf of Russia. Cancel all contracts, seize his facilities, lock him away in a military facility. Now, so now Keith Olbermann is making demands of the President of the United States. He's telling him what to do. Clifton Duncan, nigga, shut up. Most of the replies here are from people on the right. You are a fucking clown. They're getting extra desperate. Sticks, I imagine that when you talk, there's a little taste of vomit in your throat each time. Weird, dude. Ian Miles Chung, I hope Trump locks you up when he becomes president. That will be funny. Well, he has no reason. Oh, here, this is great. 3-year Letterman, one of my favorite accounts on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. Kurt, it is illegal to arrest someone who is not a U.S. citizen as they have diplomatic immunity. Elon can only be deported but not arrested. And this coming from a youth football coaching legend, not some random clown. So there you go. That is the perfect answer to Keith Olbermann. You know what's funny is a lot of people, whenever he posts, they take him super serial, right? They think he's real. So I'm just going to click on 3-year Letterman and see what kind of replies people have made to him on that particular post. Again, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it carefully. Again, he calls him Kurt, not Keith, which is funny in itself because he always uses wrong names. I'm going to read this again, and then we'll read a few of the replies and see if anyone took that seriously. So again, here's his reply. Kurt, it is illegal to arrest someone who is not a U.S. citizen as they have diplomatic immunity. Obviously, that's satire. Elon can only be deported but not arrested. And this is coming from a youth football coaching legend, not some random clown. So a youth football coaching legend, you get the joke? This is like, this is like some Al Bundy shit. So let's see how people reply to the 3-year Letterman. Olbermann was turned down for waterbed financing too. Oh, see, now some people get the joke, and so they talk about waterbed financing and all kinds of other stuff. Kurt Olbermann is a good name for a medieval knight, not a guy who turns doorknobs with ease, finance his waterbed, and cannot get a booth at Beef O'Brady. That's the restaurant that 3-year Letterman has the privilege of going to, a restaurant called Beef O'Brady. I noticed you didn't do the big flex and not mention the notary public aspect either. Oh, yes, he's also notary public. So most of these people know 3-year Letterman. When he wants to go outside, I assume Keith just walks to the door, grabs the knob, and twists. Pathetic. Okay. Kurt the Salty who's cut from his youth football team. Okay, these are all people who support him. Oh, here's one. Isn't Elon a naturalized citizen? Not that I'm validating KO's idiotic claims, but I thought he was a citizen now. Yeah, he is a citizen now. He can vote, actually. Here's one. This is serious. Only applies to citizens of another nation, specifically here on diplomatic mission. they didn't check the account first. All right, that's it. All right, enough. It's a parody account. Don't take it too seriously. All right, moving on. Here's some of Keith's greatest hit. Now this is and I just put a thread here, an ongoing story of Keith Olbermann's interactions with Riley Gaines. Like he's been chirping at her for months over her mission to not have men in women's sports. And so he's been yapping at her on Twitter, like kind of in a weird, obsessive way. Keith Olbermann, a 65-year-old man, has been sending stunning messages to Riley Gaines. This isn't normal X-banner. This is wrong. This is targeted. This is the makeup and sheer amount of messages is shocking. So here's some examples of what he sends to Riley Gaines on a regular basis. Mediocre swimmer suffering of delusions of grandeur and a future shitty parent, Riley Gaines decides she's in charge of the personal decisions of all children everywhere. Motherfucker, what? Oh, hush, third-rate athlete. Adults are dealing with an actual problem, not your paranoia. Oh, God, something else you suck at. Civics. Shut up and let the non-bitter, non-failures resolve things. Now, by the way, so Riley Gaines was a ACC, like all-American swimmer, whatever. And she came in 5th in the national championships, which is the idea that you're a failed someone to even make it to the NCAA national championships in any event, anything. If you're a top 5, let's put it this way. If you're top 5, especially in individual sports, if you're top 5 in the entire NCAA Division I of any sport, you're not a failed anything. You're actually quite accomplished. And I don't care what sport it is, okay? NCAA badminton, NCAA rodeo. If you're a top 5 NCAA rodeo person, because there is rodeo in some schools, you're not failed. You're an accomplished athlete in your particular sport. But Keith, because he's complaining about men in women's sports, particularly that one that the swimmer dude, that is a dude. You are more failed than the top 4. Yeah, that's about it. But still, it's an accomplishment. Wow, what an ass-sucking cast. What? So anyway, there's a whole thread of that. We'll move on. Moving on, Charlemagne is trending. You know Charlemagne, the God. Charlemagne the God apparently went on Anderson Cooper. And here's just an example of this. Some people are praising him. Some people are making fun of him. I just think he's fucking well, I wouldn't say Charlemagne's stupid, but he wants to be a shill so bad. But it's funny because there's so many examples that he comes up with where he goes, she's kind of lacking. But here's 3 minutes of Charlemagne with Anderson Cooper.
Apparently Trump's is going to tape a thing with Joe Rogan. Do you think she should do that?
I think that she should keep calling Donald Trump a fascist, and I think that Americans need to keep looking at.
Yes, that'll work. See, when you're desperate, you got to be a little more extra, whatever that is. Hello, Resolute Germ. What's up? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, that's going to do it, Charlemagne.
The rhetoric of Donald Trump, because I don't know why we're even thinking about electing somebody who's talking about putting people in camps. I don't know why we're talking.
You mean lawbreakers? You mean Charlemagne? Not talking about putting people in camps. Like, not the way you're putting it there. By the way, good morning, Nomad.
Stop. Hammer time.
Not the way you... It's funny how you phrase that.
Well, why we want to elect somebody who's talking about mass deportation.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, and when they say mass deportation, is he talking about all 40 million illegal immigrants in this country? Or is he talking about a certain segment of them? But why, in any other country in the world, if you have illegal migration, you don't see illegal migration in Egypt. Have you seen the walls around Egypt, between Egypt and Gaza? Ain't nobody getting through those fucking walls. Because they don't allow it. There's so many countries that if you come in there illegally, you're either going to jail in that country for a long time or they're sending your ass home immediately. Hello, GDSOB. I mean, good Lord. And all 40 million, yeah. The only problem with that, look, I'd be happy if you just vetted the motherfuckers coming in here that are criminals the ones who obviously already have jail records, the ones who don't qualify for asylum, that would take care of a large number. And granted, and I don't care if we had a guest worker program, people who want to come here and migrate and work to seasonal farm jobs or whatever, because I don't care. If we don't have enough people for some things, that's great. But let's find a way to do that legally. Because we need to be able to vet every person who comes into this country as well as we can, so we don't have, fuckers from Iran plotting to blow up something on election day. Or we don't have, hundreds of, people from countries that, like, they estimate 300,000 of these 10 million are Chinese nationals. So what the fuck are we getting Chinese nationals coming across our Mexican border for? They don't qualify for asylum here. Go get asylum in India or a country that's bordering China. If that's how international law was supposed to work. We weren't supposed to just say, "Oh, hey, yo, we got a little tourist program here where we're gonna get you into Mexico. We'll fly you to Mexico, and then you can walk across the United States border." We don't need the terrorists coming across the border. We need to be able to vet everyone. That's the problem, and we're not doing it. So yeah, we can deport all those motherfuckers who probably don't qualify. Because that's what it should be. Isn't that why you have them setting up court dates? So that if you don't qualify for asylum, you must leave. But they don't. It's like, this administration doesn't care if they leave.
I don't know why we're having this conversation about somebody who wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow.
Okay, he's on Democrat talking points. That's all he's on. So all the conversation that he had with Donald Trump, the conversation he had with J.D. Vance, it didn't mean anything. He's going to stick to the Democrat talking points.
Are we supposed to be a patriotic country? Whenever somebody like Colin...
You don't give a fuck about patriotism, motherfucker. Oh, Colin Kaepernick. Whenever someone like Colin Kaepernick...
Kaepernick takes a knee in this country, everybody talks about, oh, that's so unpatriotic. But a guy can say he wants to terminate the Constitution.
Yeah, okay, again... You're going on Democrat talking points. Let's see if Anderson Cooper pushes back at all, because Anderson Cooper is basically, I won't say it.
We throw the results of an election and nobody cares. Like even me bringing it up now, you brought it back to
insurrection.
Kamala and Joe Rogan.
Shit.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Who gives a damn?
Well, what on your damn ass show?
Who's elected president? And
yeah,
I'm
especially if that president is a fascist. That's talking about putting people in camps. That's talking about, once again,
Democrat talking points
to overthrow the results of an election. That's talking about, jailing his political opponents.
Yeah.
Like
yes, see, because the current administration has no interest in jailing their political opponents. But that's none of my business. Remember that meme? That meme was pretty cool for a while.
That rhetoric doesn't scare people?
We talk about this every single
day. Look, let's remember who that rhetoric comes from, though. That rhetoric doesn't come from Donald Trump. You take little snippets of pieces of sentences he makes, and then you attribute an entire idea to him. When in reality, not y'all, Charlemagne, but it's the shit that they're doing. Who just said it in the chat? Someone, who said it? Projection. Tyre just said it. It's fucking projection. Hello, Andrew Thorsten. What's up? Holy shit.
I don't think
I've been talking about this every night.
I don't think y'all have enough conversations about it. I feel like I heard more on this network about is Kamala Harris black than I do about...
Oh, motherfucker, you haven't. You obviously don't watch this network. You obviously don't watch this network. When they talk about that subject, it's because they're trying to ridicule Donald Trump, who said it once. Look, go into a black barbershop and ask the brothers in the barbershop, is Kamala Harris black? Woo! You don't want to have that conversation, Charlemagne. Because you go into the barbershop and you get a 90% no. That bitch ain't black. That's what you're gonna hear in a barbershop in the hood. Good Lord.
Donald Trump being a fascist.
Well,
am I wrong, Angela?
Honestly, that's...
am I wrong, Angela? Who's Angela? Is it Angela Rye? Is she with him too? Because Angela hates Donald Trump.
it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that.
That's no,
Go
that,
ahead,
that is
Anderson.
no. I'm not. Look, I'm a huge fan of yours. Okay. But to say that.
Yeah,
we're
it is
sitting
Angela
around
Rye. So
talking-
Angela Rye is the most anti-Trump person on Charlemagne's show.
discussing is Kamala Harris black? Like
Oh,
mean,
I've
that's-
seen that. I've
Oh,
seen those
that's
round
definitely-
discussions a lot.
Where? No, you haven't. You're imagining it. Not on. If anything, again, it's always you because someone wants to bring up that question so they can ridicule Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with whether Donald Trump's not talking about it. The only time Donald Trump talks about it is some dumbass asks him about it, and he's like, "I don't care. It doesn't matter." The Association of Black Journalists brought that shit up. Donald Trump didn't go there to talk about that shit. But in reality, when she became the United States Senator, she was the first Indian American senator from California. Everything was about her being Indian. And then now she needed votes from black people. Oh, well, you know, I'm black too. I'm black too. I went to Howard University. I'm A5, you know, Alpha, not Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Kappa Alpha. I'm AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha. So was Rachel Dolezal. That didn't make her black. Shit. Notice her father's not speaking up about this either. You know, Don Harris is still alive, right? But she don't talk to her father. She always talks about being, well, I was brought up by this strong mother, blah, 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 blah. You mean your Hindu mother, she brought you up black somehow? How did that happen? She never talks about her father because she and her father don't talk. After her parents were divorced, she and her father don't even talk. Why isn't Don Harris out here endorsing his daughter for president? I'm curious. He is alive, right? Don Harris alive? Let me check that out. I'm not even sure. I think he's still alive. Here, let's look this up. Don Harris. Donald Harris, not journalist. Here, Donald Harris. Jamaican American economist. Don Harris. Born August 23rd, 1938. Currently living. Not dead. Why isn't Don Harris out stumping for his daughter? Have you seen Don Harris on the campaign trail? Have you ever heard a beep, a blip, a bobble from Don Harris about his daughter and why she should be president of the United States? That's interesting. Has anyone asked that question? He's an economics professor he was an economics professor at Stanford University. How come we're not hearing from Don Harris? How come we're not hearing about Don? How come no one tried to interview Don Harris about whether Kamala is black? I haven't heard shit from him. Hello, thank you, Reaction Puerto Rico. First donation of the day. Thank you, sir. Says amazing she hasn't claimed to be 1/8 Hispanic. No, but she got a Hispanic accent when she's in front of Hispanic people. You heard how she said some of them words. Thank you, Reaction Puerto Rico. Why isn't Don Harris out there stumping for his daughter? Or at least no one's interviewed him. Have anyone... Hang on a minute. Donald Harris. Come on, computer. No, I mean, I'm scrolling through this. Nothing about Don Harris saying anything about his daughter running for president. That's weird, isn't it? That is just weird. They always talk about weird. That's weird as hell. Where is Don Harris? Why is he now stumping for his daughter? At least nobody's interviewed him about his daughter running for president. No one's interviewed him about, is she black? No one, nothing. It's amazing. Here, let's finish with Charlemagne here.
Now that's bullshit, Anderson. For you to say that y'all don't have those conversations.
I've never asked somebody is.
Oh, I'm not saying you. I said the network.
He said the network.
No, not on the network either. They don't care about this. The only time it is when the only time they talk about it is when they're trying to disparage Trump and Trump voters.
I don't think any anchor on this network has been going around saying, is she black?
Not at all.
Definitely.
You're imagining it.
I'm sure we have had, nutty people or people who have strongly held beliefs who I may disagree with, who somewhere on some panel have said something, but
they don't spend a lot of time on it.
For what I do on the show, I do believe it's important to get people different viewpoints as long as they're
shit.
willing to
No,
have
you
a
don't.
legitimate-
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't, Anderson. You do not like pro-Trump people. Don't lie.
Conversation. What I don't like are surrogates who come out and just spout talking points that they don't even believe, and those are people I tried to eliminate from having ever on the air again.
I think no network has honest conversations about Donald Trump.
Oh,
Nobody's had honest conversations about Donald Trump.
What are
since
you
2016.
talking
I saw last
about?
night they were talking about, the double standard that exists between Donald Trump and the vice president, but it's always a double standard with Trump, whether it's with him.
Yeah, the double standard is nobody is allowed to ask Kamala Harris tough questions or question her stances. No one is allowed to follow up on questions and force her to say, no one gives her, adversarial questions whatsoever. It's barely started happening. And even in that town hall where Anderson finally said, about this border wall that you're now supporting that you said shouldn't support. You got $650 million in the, in the bill for the border wall that you didn't support, but now you support it. Can you explain that? And she couldn't even fucking explain that. What the fuck?
Hillary,
I'm not getting very far here.
Biden, now with Kamala, we talk about him.
You're not having honest conversation. They bash Trump constantly on CNN, especially Anderson fucking Cooper, Jake Tapper, and you name the talking head on This is CNN. They all do.
Being a threat to democracy, but we don't treat him like one.
I don't know what you've been watching, but right.
I
don't know.
I don't know
Trump
what even
supporters out there or people who like him who are tuning in to me every night to try to get, to be validated in their opinions. Like I don't know.
Shit's going wrong with the Harris campaign. Charlemagne's this shook, talking about how CNN doesn't bash Trump enough. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Holy shit.
I don't know. I disagree.
I don't think it's about validating. What you mean, validating the Trump?
Well, you're saying like that we're not. That I guess you're saying I'm not discussing all the things he is saying and doing.
They do every day. Charlemagne is fucking demented. He wants you to be all bash Trump all the time. It's the way Charlemagne called out the media in general, and Anderson took it as a personal attack. No, y'all are delusional. You all are delusional. They don't spend any time on that shit. They got Stephen A. Smith on Fox ripping into Sean Hannity too. But let's move on. Fuck this shit. It's crazy. You got to be kidding me, Charlemagne. They don't bash him enough. Oh, Jay Johnson's trending. I guess he's a Republican who said something about. Well, here, listen to this shit. This is going to be y'all are going to just say, what? I'm just going to play it. You just got to hear this. There's a couple things funny about this. Where's the clip? Where's the clip? Okay, let me just read this because you're gonna say what? So Jay Johnson, I guess he's a Republican from somewhere, was on Fox and Friends, and he stated that Harris would be. Wait a minute. Let me give you the first clip though. I believe Harris will be tougher on the border than the current administration. Now, maybe he means no. Then the current administration. That's what he said. Those were the words he said. So maybe he's not 100% sure who the current administration is. Now they're still on this after Trump sabotaged the bipartisan border security bill. You mean the one that 6 Democrats voted against in the Senate that wasn't passing anyway? The Biden-Harris administration took action alone in June to change the protocol around asylum seeking border crossing. They're now lower than they were under Trump. They're not lower than they were under Trump. That's a lie. They are still higher than they were under Trump. They're close to the levels of when Trump was in office, but they are not lower. That's a lie. Jay Johnson was Obama's DHS secretary. Yeah. But here's Jay Johnson lying his smooth ass off. Here's the numbers here. Okay. Now, granted, 1, 2, 3. This is in the 4th year. That's a projection. It's down here somewhere. So if you can see my cursor, I don't think you can. It's down here, but it's not lower than it was under Trump. Sorry, you're lying. Anybody who says that's lying. It's not lower. But I wish they had the clip. I want the clip so you can hear him say it. Now, it's funny too, because this one said Jay Johnson was on Fox News and stated that Harris would be better than Trump on the border than Trump. He said no. He said Harris would be better than, quote, the current administration. And remember, Jay Johnson was DHS secretary under Obama. The current administration is the Biden-Harris administration. The Biden-Harris administration. That's just fucking hilarious. Why does nobody have the clip, though? I want to play the clip. Okay, fuck it. I'm moving on. Next. Here it is. Is this the clip? No, this is just a picture. That's dumb. This really sickened me. Did they allow him to lie and lie without really challenging him? Weak idiots. LJ and Brian did little. No, yeah, he didn't say border than Trump. He said the current administration, which is the Biden-Harris administration. Stupid. Kevin O'Leary, he's on here. He's trending probably because of this clip. Let's just play it. I'm going to just play him now because I got to get to Q&A. We're not going to talk about Kamala Harris, but everything's about Kamala Harris right now because she's an embarrassment. She just is. I'm sorry. She's an embarrassment. Here's Kevin O'Leary.
The Jan 6 deal has been in the market forever. This rhetoric from people saying Trump is a Nazi and a fascist in the market forever. Do you really want to spend your closing statements on old stuff that's already needled into 45% of the country that hates him?
Is it old news,
It's
or
not,
is
though,
or is
right.
he also now running to? I mean, the problem. It would be old
You
news
wanna
if
make
he
him
was
a
not
fascist.
running to be president.
Think about what you're trying to replace. You're trying to tell somebody.
Always relevant.
You don't.
Yeah, he's not supporting Nazis, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little carried away there. Bitch, he's not supporting Nazis. That's better.
Care more about Nazi Trump than the cost of gasoline, your rent, and the protein you buy for your family.
That is literally the argument. Okay,
and I think that's a losing argument.
The argument is you should care more.
You've been calling him that for 10 fucking years. It's not moving the needle. And it's a lie. Because if he wasn't the last time he was president, why would he suddenly be one now? He's already been in office once, you dumbasses. Didn't go all Hitler on anybody when he was in office last time. God, you guys are stupid.
More about whether the president of the United States is a fascist and admires.
You've already had 4 years of Trump. Was he a fascist then? Why would he? Oh, well, suddenly now he's going to be a fascist?
Nazis than you should about the cost
really
of gasoline
believes
today.
that?
You don't think that's a fair assessment?
The Gen.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Now he has a good relationship with Abby Phillips. Obviously, he says, "Thank you, Abby Phillips, for letting me provide a right-wing voice of reason on your CNN show tonight. Great debate. I love the panel." It's just hilarious, though. You're trying to tell somebody you should care more about Nazi Trump than the cost of gasoline you rent and the protein you buy for your family. What? Y'all motherfuckers have done nothing but, nothing but call him that for 10 years. He wasn't one when he was president the first time. He didn't put Hillary in jail. He didn't have concentration camps. Oh, but unless you ask AOC, of course. All right, that's him. I got to get to Q&A. Here, is this the other one? Oh, that's the same one. That clip, I have that one linked out separately too. So there you go. There's Kevin O'Leary. Bruce Springsteen. Yes, Bruce. Thank God Bruce Springsteen is campaigning for Kamala Harris. My God, so is this did he come up with a new song for Kamala Harris?
Trump is running to be an American tyrant.
Yes, that's exactly what happened last time, Bruce.
He does not understand this country, its history, or what it means to be deeply American.
Oh, Bruce, you are so smart.
That's why November 5th I'm casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
Thank God, Bruce. Thank God. It's funny. So this is this rally in Atlanta, I think. Kamala Harris, think about this. Okay, think about this. Kamala Harris brought in Samuel L. Jackson, Tyler Perry, Bruce Springsteen. Okay. In fact, she was the least exciting thing on the bill in that Atlanta rally. She had Barack Obama. Is this the one with Eminem too? So here's what's fucking hilarious about this is she keeps bringing on these multi-millionaire celebrities to talk to the people, right? She brings in all these multi-millionaire celebrities. Not a single one of these motherfuckers that she's bringing on stage, because they're popular celebrities, not a single one of these motherfuckers have to worry about the price of hamburger. Not a single one of them have to worry about if they can put enough gas in their car to get to work so they can, buy some fucking chicken tendies for their kids. None of them have to worry about any of this shit. All she brings up is all these multi-millionaire celebrities. And I don't care, the celebrities who stump for Trump or whatever, I don't care so much about them. Their endorsement doesn't make me want to vote for Trump either. But it's like, you weak-minded fools who fall for this shit because some celebrity says, "Oh, you should vote for Trump. One of my favorite celebrities, I should vote for Trump or for Harris." None of them have to worry about how much their health insurance costs. None of them have to worry about whether or not the dollar that they spend is worth less every year. They have plenty extra dollars for all that shit. Talk about disposable income. So I don't, it's funny. Now apparently Beyonce is going to be in her closing deal here, right? Remember, Beyonce is going to be at the Democratic National Convention, and then she never showed up. They just used her song. Well, now apparently Beyonce is going to come out and stump for Kamala Harris. How often do you think Beyonce has to shop at Aldi to get some discounts, celery and lettuce? I'm going to guess not very often. I don't think you've ever seen Beyonce in an Aldi or a Publix or a Cub Foods or a Safeway or a Super Value or a General Dollar. You probably never seen, she probably don't even know what General Dollar is. Or Dollar General, whatever those fucking dollar stores are. So I just find it funny that this rally was just star-studded Star-studded. Meanwhile, Trump held 2 separate rallies in Las Vegas today and filled the arena both times. No free concert needed. Yeah, here's Trump, and this is Bruce Springsteen. So yeah, he's got a free Bruce Springsteen concert. Next, they're going to have a free Beyonce concert. Whoopee!
Forward, and it is time to turn the page.
They start walking out when she comes on.
Ours is a fight.
Oh my God, it's almost as annoying as Hillary Clinton. I shouldn't talk. I don't care about her voice. If she had good ideas, I wouldn't give a fuck about her voice. But I just can't stand listening to her. Thank you, Reaction Puerto Rico. Dropping another 5 spot in the tip jar, who says, if you're calling half the country Nazis, you see them as such, and you have made your decision on how you will treat them when you're in power. Oh, snap! Ain't that the truth? That's what you think of half the country. And you know, when they're Nazis, you are justified in doing whatever you do to them. And that's what they're saying about Trump. It's like, is this, you know, they always talk about dog whistles. That's kind of a dog whistle, ain't it? Now, one celebrity on the other side that's saying something about or wants to vote for Trump is Mel Gibson. And I don't give a shit what Mel Gibson says either. I mean, it's nice to have a celebrity who's going to vote for Trump. He posted this: Patriots stay united and keep the faith strong. It will happen in due course. It's hard to be patient and we don't know the plan, but good will prevail. Freedom is coming. Trust in God and President Trump. So Mel Gibson is going to vote for President Trump. Great. And here, so I see your Mel Gibson and arrange you as Samuel Jackson. I don't give a fuck about either of them. Neither of them have to pay my grocery bill. Neither of them pay for my internet. Neither of them pay my health insurance or life insurance. Neither of them pay for the gas in my truck. Neither of them pay for the maintenance on my truck. I don't give a fuck about them. I want my dollar a little bit stronger so I can have a little more money to go drive around Minnesota and see shit. That's what I care about. And Kamala Harris ain't going to help me with that at all. Just saying. I'm just saying. So that's why Mel Gibson's trending. All right. I'm not going to talk about Kamala Harris, but here's a couple other things that were in here. ABC News posted this today. I laughed and laughed and laughed when I saw this. ABC this morning. While there are confirmed cases of non-citizens legally registering in every election, there is no evidence they cast ballots in significant numbers. This is an article that came out today from ABC News. Here's the article right here. And then they changed the title of the headline. Americans accused of non-citizen voter fraud face doxing intimidation. Good. If it's true, now you shouldn't be voting, period, if you're a non-citizen. But I'm like, again, this is one of those things. Here's the cycle. Where's the cycle? Someone pasted the cycle up here somewhere. Okay, it's too far down. Anyway, I laughed at this morning because to me, any non-citizen voting is too many. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Before, that doesn't happen. Now, well, it happens, but not a lot. Soon, it happens, and here's why it's good. You know, and it's funny because where I live in Minnesota, where the governor signed a bill that allows all non-citizens, including non-documented citizens, to get driver's license. Well, in Minnesota, when you get a driver's license, you're automatically registered to vote. And the only way you get out of that is if you opt out of being registered to vote. So I'm sure the fuckers who come here and can't even speak the language, but they get a driver's license, don't even know what it says about opting out to not vote, that I'm a non-citizen, so they're automatically registered to vote. Oh my God, then they're on the voter roll, and then someone mails them a ballot, you know, because someone found their name on the voter roll and mailed a ballot, and then where's that ballot go? But it's not a problem. It could, they would never, ever, ever. Nobody would ever cheat, ever. It's just, it would be un-American to cheat. And my God, we should always make voting as easy as possible because the people who are struggling to vote, we can't any check IDs because, God, no one can get an ID. Nobody has IDs. Nobody, at least, no black people have IDs except for me because I'm voting for Trump. But the other black people, they can't get IDs. And, so why would we ever check an ID? Lots of stuff on Kamala and CNN. I put another link to that. All right. And then finally, let's see. Oh, on that note, oh, God damn it, Gunfox's articles. Well, let's do this one because this is apropos. I might not get to Q&A. You know, I'll get to Q&A. I'll just be late for work. Berks County Board of Elections vote to accept illegally mailed nursing home ballots. In Reading, Pennsylvania, the Berks County Board of Elections voted 2-1 Thursday to accept and count 2 envelopes of 24 ballots which were mailed in bulk to election services. Last week, the board voted to refer the matter to the district attorney's office for further investigation and segregate the ballots in question. Board solicitor Cody J. L. Kaufman said county detectives investigated the unnamed nursing home from which the ballots were mailed. He said they found the matter was done out of ignorance of the law and that it appeared nothing with nefarious intent on behalf of the nursing home took place. Do you know? Okay, so now are you going to go in there and check, make sure every single person who voted actually voted? Or did the staff intercept ballots coming in and fill them out for them? Maybe you should check that. Commissioner Christian Y. Leanbach cast the dissenting vote and said ignorance is not an excuse not to follow the law. Oh, no. Law and order is very important to that county board, and they're going to disregard it in this case. Leanbach asked to amend the motion to accept the ballots and instead reject them, contact the nursing home and reissue mail-in ballots so they could be filled out by the residents and mailed to the county appropriately. Oh my God, we can't have that. We can't make them do it twice. Commissioner Dante Santoni Jr., who made the original motion, declined to accept the amendment. If time wasn't where we are, I would say yes, but because we're 12 days out, I would not support the amendment. Well, then you need to reject the ballots because they weren't mailed in legally. Oh, no, because nobody's above the law until we're above the law. Kaufman assured Lineback that because the incident in question was very specific, the commissioners would not be setting a precedent in counting the ballots. You are setting a precedent. You're setting a precedent to accept illegally submitted ballots. That's setting a precedent, you dumb. Hello, Arthur. Which Arthur is this? Are you a new Arthur or an old Arthur? And welcome to the show. I know this may be new to you. I don't know if you like me or not, but hit the like button anyway, because, you know. And if you're not subscribed, do that too, because what the fuck? You can just do it. So anyway, it's just funny. Now, granted, they didn't open the ballots to see who they voted for, so they don't have any idea. But it's like, you dumbasses, you are setting a precedent by accepting the ballots. That's a dumbass argument. I'm sorry. And then the other one that Gunfox sent me, Arthur. Oh, good morning. I'm old but new to you. Oh well, I'm old and I am new to you too. So hit the like button, share the stream, and do that thing. Oh, and subscribe. You know, it can, even if you don't like me, it can't hurt. It won't hurt at all. The other article Gunfox sent me was this one: Commonwealth leaders to defy UK on slavery reparations. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Commonwealth heads of government are preparing to defy the United Kingdom and agree plans to examine reparatory justice for the transatlantic slave trade, the BBC, not the good BBC, has learned. Downing Street insists the issue is not on the agenda of the summit of the 56 Commonwealth countries, which began in the Pacific island nation of Samoa on Friday. But diplomatic sources said officials were negotiating an agreement to conduct further research and begin a meaningful conversation about an issue which could potentially leave the UK owing billions of pounds in reparations. Now, what's interesting about this, what's interesting about this topic, because a lot of people like to talk about, for example, in the United States, where 400 years of slavery. And remember, I am related to, I have ancestors in my adopted family who were actually slaves. My great-grandfather was born a slave. And so it's an interesting topic only because when they say 400 years of slavery in the United States is not 400 years old. Now, certainly on this continent, certainly the states here, some of the states had slavery, some didn't, whatever. But the compromise to become a separate country. Thank you, Arthur, for subscribing. Love you, brother. The interesting thing is that, there's this compromise when the colonies decided they were going to leave the king and they're going to become a country. And, some of the states did not want to have slavery. Some did. And they made this compromise to actually form the country so they could, start the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing. And then within one generation, basically, a generation and a half, 80 years, within 80 years, 60, 70, 80 years, whatever, slavery was abolished in this country. Now, it took a lot of shit, a complete civil war. A country split for a while, and then they fought and whatever. So, but within one generation, slavery was made illegal. And so I always, whenever they say 400 years of slavery, well, no, the United States didn't exist for 400 years. So when you're talking about reparations, the idea makes sense in some way until you realize that slavery is something that went on in the entire world for centuries, millennia. There have always been slaves. And the Brits were one of the first countries, they're the ones who basically started the abolition movement when they said they would no longer allow slave ships to do commerce in the Atlantic Ocean. The Brits are the ones who ended slavery in this war, started the end of slavery in this world. Now, it's not ended completely. There's still slaves in certain parts of the world, but the Brits were the ones who ended it, and the United States was one of those countries that was one of the first to end it. Much of the Western Hemisphere, Brazil, United States, many of the islands began to abolish slavery. That was the beginning of the end of slavery once this country became a country, and the Brits said this Atlantic slave trade sucks. And the other part of it, too, is now the Brits had way more participation in the entire Atlantic slave trade because a lot of people like to say, act like the United States was the only place that had slavery. Oh my God, we were not even the biggest recipient of human beings from other parts of the world. And Brazil had far more. Many parts of the Caribbean had far more slaves than we did. We just happened to be one of those countries. And only the other part too that bugs me about this is only 3% of Americans had slaves in the United States. And that's too many. Don't get me wrong, that's too many. But a vast majority of Americans didn't have ancestors who were even here during the slave trade. Most of the population of the United States and most of the ancestry of the United States came after the slave trade. So I never understand how you can penalize people who were not even here, were not even part of this country, with the reparations thing. And so I understand that side of the argument. But there is, in the back of your head, you're like, yeah, this is terrible. And their ancestors probably deserve something. Well, who do they deserve it from? Well, in the Americas, at least this part, the United States of America, prior to us becoming a country, well, it would have been the Brits. So I don't know. I wish I had more time to talk about this, but I don't. But I'm going to have the article in the links. It's an interesting topic. We're always to the deep state swamp. We pay for all the wars they start and pay for with our lives. Yeah, pretty much, Arthur. You're spot on there. So anyway, all right, let me get to Friday Q&A because I'm going to have to do this very quickly. So the answers are going to be smart ass and quick, which is usually just long, drawn out smart ass answers. But the questions are usually smart ass questions. So, that's how it goes. So ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Friday Q&A, motherfuckers! Here, I'm going to cut that off because I got to do this quickly. All right, here we go. Now, the filler today, thank you, Avocados Diabli, is fuck, fuck, fuck. And the first question is, enough fucking? Well, yes, Avocados Diabli, that was the perfect amount of fucking to leave enough space so I could actually read the rest of the questions. John Arda, did you vote yet? I have not yet. I probably will before the 2 Tuesdays from now. Avocados Diablo, have you ever dropped acid and played Twister with a convent of nuns? No. I've never dropped acid, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see. Avocados Diablo, have you ever sneezed, lost your balance, fallen down a flight of stairs, taken out a family of 4, landed in the lap of a one-legged homeless midget, and realized you had an erection? 80, are you telling on yourself? Are you trying to see if we've had some common occurrences? Because I'm looking at you like this now. No, I have not. Avocados Diablo, when Paul Bunyan was feeling frisky, how did he deal with it? Or is that why he named his giant ox Babe? What you saying there? I got to use that music twice. Hey, look here. Let me tell you something, Avocados Diablo. Now, I live in Minnesota, which is probably one of the homes of Paul Bunyan. In fact, there are several, well, not several, there's at least 3 very large statues of Paul Bunyan in Minnesota because he's a legend in this part of the country. And also there is a large statue of Babe the Ox. Now, the statue of Babe the Ox, which is very realistic and life-size, doesn't have any, weird things around its butthole. But there's also a large statue of Paul Bunyan's wife. Yes, there was some big bitch that he was with, and so no, he didn't have to use Babe for that kind of thing. There you go. All right, let's see. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. Avocados Diablo asks, if there ever was a time for it, when would that time be? The time is now. I'm just saying. Avocados Diablo, if you could have your fingerprints surgically altered to be identical to someone else's, who would you frame for murdering a half dozen hookers? Michelle Obama. JB, would you rather eat a bug burger or a bug pizza? Sorry, I've got a little phlegm there. Bug pizza or bug burger? I think you would disguise the bugs better in a pizza. You could just throw some cheese over them. You might not even really think about it as much. But ideally, I've had chocolate-covered grasshoppers before. Or no, chocolate-covered ants, I think it was. We had some kind of chocolate-covered bug that we tried when we were in grade school just because it was weird, but you could do it and they're edible, and I ate them and they were chocolatey. JB, if you woke up and find self-repeating Franken ants crawling into your ear, would you panic and how would you remove them? Well, if I cough up enough phlegm, it might just scare them out, which is, there you go. Avocados Diablo. Who the fuck's calling me? Why are they calling me? I can't do that right now. Avocados Diablo, if you were a clown who had daily morning kids show, would you be a sad clown, a happy clown, a scary clown, or some combination of all 3 combined with being a drunk clown? Well, that's a trick question, because those are all the same. Avocados Diablo, what is the most pointless flower? Pointless. Dandelion. That would have to be it. JB, would you rather eat a large soup made of flies or a nice stew made of rats? Oh, ew. Ew, why are you coming up with all these gross food things? That would be, I'd have to go with, I guess what is it, rats? I'm not eating rats. I'll eat flies before I eat rats. At least they have a little salty taste to them. Avocados Diablo, are you going to watch any of the Trump-Rogan interview? Oh, yeah, I'm sure I will. I'll as soon as it's out, I'll probably listen to it or whatever. They'll have clips of it on YouTube. Avocados Diablo, are you a member of AARP? No, but I've been getting literature from them since I was like 52. Like, I've been getting literature from AARP for since I was 50. When I turned 50, I started getting that shit. I'm like, I'm only 50 years old, motherfucker. What do I need the AARP shit for? No, I'm not. Avocados Diablo, at what number of toppings on a pizza does it become one too many? Oh, you can never have more than 4 toppings on a pizza. You can choose any 4, but only 4. Not 5, 4, motherfucker. Well, you can't count the cheese as a topping, though. That's kind of standard. So besides the cheese, 4. My favorite 4 are pepperoni, sausage, olives, green olives, and onion. Avocado Steve. Oh, no, JB. You somehow wind up trapped in hell and can only listen to one song for the rest of eternity. What do you choose? Ooh. It would have to be something really mellow, like, what's that one song by George Benson? I could listen to that for eternity, I guess. Just saying. Okay, where's Matt? Avocado Stabby. Have you ever had I skipped a couple. Oh, here we go. Avocado Stabby. Gloria Jones or Gloria Gaynor? I don't know who Gloria Jones is, so I guess I would just have to survive. I will survive as long as I know how to love. JB, would you rather be able to speed read or do math quickly in your head? Well, I can already do math quickly in my head, but speed read would be speed read for sure. If I could speed read, I would be reading a lot more than I do because I really enjoy reading. Avocado Stabby, have you ever had a waking nightmare where Mr. Snuffleupagus, the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus were standing over your bed discussing the best way to cook you for dinner? Motherfucker, where do you come up with this shit? No, I haven't. Okay, moving on. Avocado Stabby, if you had a very large Komodo, if you ever had a very large Komodo dragon, you can use it to ride around town, what would you name it? Well, Spot, of course. Avocado Stabby, do you still have your old 8-track of Supertramp's Breakfast in America? Oh my God. How did you know? God. How did you know? Actually, that was my sister's. Avocado Stabby, if you woke up tomorrow morning and, oh, by the way, no, I don't have it anymore. And self-repeating Frankenants had transformed you into a 30-something white liberal woman, what would your cause du jour that you would nag us about be? Oh, it would be, I'd probably be one of those fucking the people that throw paint on paintings and shit, oil people. I don't know. Something that I completely disdain now. JB, would you ride in a hot air balloon given the option? I've already done it. I've already ridden in a hot air balloon, and it was really fucking cool. It really was. Harrowing a little bit, but not too harrowing, but it was cool. Avocado Stabby, how do you say, ma'am, do you have a penis in Spanish? Well, I haven't gotten that far. I'm learning though. Someday. I know what baños are though. Avocado Stabby, if you owned a newspaper, what would you call it? Get fucking real news. That sounds good. Avocado Stabby, what do you plan to be for Halloween? Drunk. Avocado Stabby, if you had a coat of arms, what would it be on it? Beer? Boneheaded dumbass, helicopter or catapult? You mean for my personal use, or would I rather be launched from? Helicopter. Avocado Stabby, what are my options? Helicopter or catapult? Avocado Stabby, does it come with fries? Yeah, no, it comes with flies. Avocado Stabby, can I make substitutions? parachute or no parachute? Avocados Diabli, what even am I talking about? Helicopter or catapult? Fucking listen. Avocados Diabli, would you still love me if I were a carpenter? Only if it were Karen. Lord Stand-Up, will you have a good weekend? Fucking right I will. Avocados Diabli, so according to the Reading Pennsylvania, if I am ignorant of the laws against murder, am I cool? Well, it sounds like it. That's what I'm talking about. It just follow the law, motherfuckers. Lord Stand-Up, what's for dinner? I might actually grab some steaks and throw them on the grill tonight. That's before it gets too cold outside. Well, it's never too cold to grill, but you know what I mean. Avocados Diabli, for all the new people, can you explain your penchant for Ice Shack hookers? Yeah, I'm not a big Ice Shack hooker, man. I don't need hookers. I keep telling you this. Stop asking me about Ice Shack hookers. I have no interest in Ice Shack hookers. When we go ice fishing, there are no Ice Shack hookers. That's only in Ohio. Get it straight. I live in Minnesota. Ice Shack hookers, Ohio. Here, we just fish. Ice Shack hookers, Ohio. I'm not going to tell you again. Lord Stand-Up, would you accept the gift of being perpetually toned and tanned and young if you have to stink of WD-40? Some women think that's sexy. So why not? Avocados Diabli, have you ever had a groundhog pull? Wait, what? Have you ever had a groundhog pull its head out of its burrow at the exact wrong moment while you were mowing the grass? Well, I really don't want to look. I really don't want to run over groundhog pull. I think you meant pull its head out of its. What does that even mean? I'm trying to read that sentence. A groundhog pull? I would not want to run over a groundhog pull with a lawnmower. That'd be kind of. Oh, poke. Yeah, I see you wrote pull. And that changes the question completely. That changes the question completely. Groundhog pole, whatever. Lord Stand-Up, you are being sacrificed to a pagan deity. You have the opportunity before seeing eternity to learn and become a deity yourself. What do you pick? Hercules, of course. Isn't he a deity? Is Hercules considered a god? Or is he like half god? No, he's the son of Zeus and somebody. So he's whatever. Hercules, motherfucker. Somnambule Nation, did you know that Arthur's decision to subscribe rests solely as a result of my "let's go" on your tweet? No, I did not. Well, I'm glad you found me, Arthur. Yes, and thank you, Somnambule Nation. That is awesome. Avocados Diabli, I am going to do this, but it will be quick. I bet you say that to all the women, don't you? Why, yes, I do. It's a happy day when I get to use that music 4 times in a show. Just got me thinking about some shit. Okay. Resolute Germ, why no channel memberships? Have I done that? Oh, why do I have none? I haven't promoted it because I don't have anything special that I've thought of to do for people. And when I do, I will. Actually, and in fact, I prefer to use locals because I can do a lot more cool stuff with that. But right now I don't have enough people who are here regularly to really justify it and feel like I'm giving value for that. I should probably figure out a way to make that happen. Lord Stanhope, Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew? I really don't drink carbonated beverages that don't have alcohol in them anymore. But choosing the two, if I'm like those are the two choices, like you go to a fast food joint and the soda machines up there, I said soda or pop machine, whatever you call it, and those are the only two working, I probably do Dr. Pepper. But I don't have a thing against Mountain Dew. I would just normally choose that. All right. And let's see. Was Monty Python, Lord Stanhope, was Monty Python actually funny? I thought it was fucking hilarious. Sometimes, not always, but they hit way more often than Saturday Night Live. Let's just put it that way. I thought it was very funny. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have the last question on Friday. Q and A goes to Mr. Avocados Diabli. And the question is, is this the last question? Yes, that is the last question. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for putting up with my nonsense and Friday Q&A. I hope you all had a fun time, and especially Arthur, who's new here. But I'm going to drop all the links to all the stuff that we talked about in the chat momentarily. For those of you who are new here, Arthur, I'm here Monday through Friday about this same time, doing morning news and talking shit to everybody. So I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it because it's what I do. Even though I don't do it to a lot of people, I do it to as many as I can. There's one of those questions said something about that. Anyway, thanks for joining me on the Morning Night Live. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Here comes the links because I'm just finally got this thing to work. There we go. Today's links are going in the chat. Today's links. There you go. And that's it. Thank you. I got to go. My name is P. Dawg Knight. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. You have a lovely motherfucking weekend. Hey, this is P. Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P. Dawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P. Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.